So today's garden update is poolside edition. I have some space that's in here where the fence is at, and I had expanded it, and I grew cantaloupe and watermelon. Probably already saw that, but that was for the summer. All those are gone now. Went to seed, so let's look at the new side. Now I started these plants along with broccoli and dill and what else was it? Lettuce, kale, broccoli, all of that around, I want to say, third week of July, and grew them inside because the heat was too hot. But my goal here is to keep growing well into the fall. So let me show you what I did in my garden for extending the season. Okay, so here we have zucchini, scarlet kale, Swiss chard, scarlet kale, another scarlet kale, and another scarlet kale. So now, things that you can grow now in the fall, right now, if you plant. Now, head lettuce, you can't, you would have had to have started that. Broccoli, you would have already had to have started that. So that's one of the things I'm doing this year is I'm writing down when I start things and making sure I'm early on them, because a lot of times, as soon as July hits, I'm like, I'm home free. I don't have anything to do in the garden. Just wait for the harvest. Well, you should be starting more vegetables inside while you're at it. So my goal is to have these things producing a lot. I don't want to go to the store for any of this stuff. The seeds, you could still get seeds for $2 a pack on MI Gardener's website with free shipping. It's the best deal in town. I'm not sponsored. I've always used his seeds just because, it was great to deal with, and they're quality, organic. They're quality organic seeds, and it's a good deal. So, but what you got to do is they sell out a lot. So, because it is a good deal. So, wait till he has his seed launch, and then go on to his site and just pick out the seeds you want and put them in a favorites, and then just order them all at one time, and you wait a week or two and get them. And that's what I do. I just ordered bok choy for the first time, some other things. I plan on doing as much growing as I can. I still have some eggplant left. I put some purple fusion lettuce in my pepper bed here, where I pulled my celery. So I'm trying to have every single spot taken. Let's go take a look at the herbs. I planted this by seed, the basil right there in those two spots. Probably, I don't know, in July sometime. This thing gets watered in the morning and in the afternoon, so it was easy for the seeds to just automatically take root. The soil was a perfect temperature. I got rosemary down here that's been planted since the beginning of the season. The dill that I just started in July, I just moved out here. There's another dill plant I moved out, and another dill plant I moved out. This is thyme, which took over the whole thing there. And this is oregano, which took over this whole thing. I was going to put dill here, but this thing is all root underneath there, so it won't let anything else grow. So I had to have these basils ready for canning coming up soon, because I'm going nuts. I got so many tomatoes, which is a good thing. I'm not going to ever knock a blessing. Okay, so here's my tomatoes. They're getting a little bit overblown. I got to pick. I got my peppers here. I got to pick. And now I have my low tunnel that I made out of conduit and a kit I bought from Bootstrap Farmer, which is not a sponsored thing. It's just something I found. I thought it was a great idea for me. I can make it to the size of my beds, and I did 2 of them because I want to grow more into November. So these are my bush beans. One of the main reasons I put this netting on is not because I'm necessarily trying to protect the plants from bugs. I'm trying to protect them from deer because they're outside of my fence and they come and eat the beans. So I put the netting on, and this is my onion and garlic bed. As soon as the onion and garlic are done, I immediately go to plant beans, and then these will be out by October. So here are my carrots that I grew. This is my second round. I hurry up and put these in as soon as the first round went down. This is a planter box that has about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 inches of potting soil in it, and they grow pretty long and good in there. And I make sure the soil's always fluffy and easy to grow in. It just, you got to get these germinated. I have them watering on a timer. So that's what we have, and I'm hoping to have these a nice big harvest. Last time I got about a Home Depot bucket full of carrots, which most of them I froze. This is what I started indoors, the broccoli. If you see this lettuce in there, this is lettuce that I grew that is minus the human manure. I don't want to buy store-bought lettuce ever again. I don't want anybody to be sick in my family, so I'm going to be growing this all through the fall, and as long as I can through the winter. And in the winter I'll grow it in lights, under lights, if I have to when it's snowing outside. But I'm not going to pay for that anymore. And lastly, this is I got 4 tomato plants. These are all San Marzanos. I need to go and pick. I'm behind. I have 1 bed that is empty. But one thing I would like to talk about is going to the store and buying food. Everybody thinks they don't have time to do a garden. If your employer is demanding that you don't have any time at home, then that's not necessarily right. I don't believe. I think you should be able to have a work life and a home life, and they're not paying you enough to feed you, so you got to feed yourself. And contrary to what every young person thinks today, is food doesn't come from a package. It comes from the ground. Most of the food that's worth eating that gives you nutrients is grown. My kids love the carrots, they love the tomatoes, they love the peppers, they love the broccoli, they love all of it, and they could tell when I don't grow it because it tastes like water. So, not trying to be mean or anything. We need food stores. I don't do 100% growing. I don't have cows, I don't have chickens, I can't get all of my food from my garden, but I'm going to try to get absolutely as much as I can from this small space. I'm on 1/3 of an acre, and I have I have 4 full-size raised beds, 4x8, and 2 4x4s, and then I have my herbs and carrots place, and now I got those Jack Daniels barrels down there. So I'm adding on where I have space and where I have fence. I want to have as much as I can, and I'm able to get carrots and vacuum seal, save my food, save my harvest, give away. I do garlic for the whole year, onions for the whole year. Carrots may not be the whole year, but it's a good bit. I cut them up, put them in 1 cup frozen vacuum sealed bags, and we use them. We just go out and grab them for soup, whatever. Same with the beans. Broccoli usually lasts not too long. It tastes so good, everyone eats it quick, but that's another thing. Other thing I do is I go local to all the farms around here in Pennsylvania, and I get corn. I'll get at least 4 dozen, and then I'll freeze it, and it tastes so good in February. After vacuum sealing it, I do part of it with the stalks. I'll just put them in the door of my stand-up freezer, and the other half I'll shuck with I have a little shucking device. I just push them through, and it takes all the kernels off, and then I vacuum seal those into 2-cup bags of corn for meals, so that once we get to winter, all we have to do is grab from the freezer. And like I said, I plan on doing leafy greens indoor under lights, just like I do for growing seeds, because everything I've grown here, the only thing I bought here this year, I think, was the rosemary. I bought 2 or 3 plants at a yard sale, because I didn't get them to germinate or something happened. So you always have a second chance. You could try with seeds early, and you could move on and get your stuff planted out. And then you could also find another place, find a reputable plant seller, not big box stores, but a nursery that sells plants. Pick up a few that aren't too expensive, or even, like I said, yard sales. I picked up, I think it was $1 for that rosemary plant, which was great because I came home and just threw it in my planter. Never looked back. So anyways, that's my gardening update of the garden, and I plan on being busy until the snow flies, because I don't want to go to the grocery store. It costs too much. So with just a few dollars in seeds that last a year or 2 or 3 sometimes for the seeds, this is my one picking for today. Those are all heirloom tomatoes. The green ones are ones that fell. I'll put them on a nightstand. Same with these ones. So I got 17 gallons there. I got another full cart thing there. I got a bunch of peppers. These are all Jimmy Nardella red sweet peppers and Carmen sweet peppers. I got some eggplant, and so here I just picked my San Marzanos. There's a few on the top that are green, but they're mostly red down at the bottom and ready to go. A couple days on a windowsill, these will be perfect, and they'll be canned. I am done shopping at Clark's Supermarket for today.